Hello everyone! Greetings dear Aristobats, fellow immortals and mortals yet to be claimed by the night. Welcome to this lady's humble abode. Today we'll be looking into the story of our Salka teacher, Vila. I'm excited, can't wait to see if they're going to tell us more about where she came from, what happened with other mermaids and all, because the trailer did mention the different types of water spirits that she was teaching the kids about. And I'm wondering if we'll see that or if it was only part of the trailer. And yeah, that's all. Let's get into it. No more waiting.
The Kozlinska University Hospital received a rare case today. The patient's veins irreversibly transformed into electric wires. As of 1800, all arterial, venous, and capillary tissues throughout the patient's body have undergone necrosis.
Oh my goodness, that's how we start? First of all, this is a preface. In the previous patch, they didn't have a preface for some reason. You got straight to the menu, but this one, once again, has preface or a prelude before we get to the main story. So it took me a bit by surprise. But yeah, we're starting off from where the story stopped.
The directors said they would invite more professionals to the consultation to decide on further research direction. Global Variety News has claimed the case may become one of the greatest unsolved mysteries of the era. They started a new column to analyze possible compatibilities between the patient's new wired veins and different appliances.
The radio in the St. Pavlov Foundation's garbles out the news through a haze of static. Still, Vila listens to it carefully, trying to pass out every snippet of information. Reaching out her arm, she gropes for the button and manages to silence the radio, whose sound has become more nuisance than news. "1 hour and 50 minutes. He's late, very late. She rubs her hands before balling them at her side. Patience, she reminds herself, is a universal virtue. Patience for a coming change, for a new opportunity, patience for salvation. A universal virtue perhaps, but one being tested to its limits here. Mr. Name Day must have been stopped by some important business, unable to send a word because of its gravity. Of course.
I should have gone with him. I could have seen the children sooner.
I know this isn't the Rayashki, and I have no say here, but I'd rather do something than just wait around like this." She looks around, her eyes landing on the television. Even the temporary guest room in the Foundation proves spacious, yet cozy. Everything here is more open and elegant than anything Vila has seen since she came ashore. This comfort comes included with a full range of amenities. For example, a real functioning personal TV. Phew, alright.
Let me see.
It should work the same as the TV in Rayashki's canteen. Though Vila isn't overly familiar with his appliances, the TV can be too hard to use. After a click, pictures begin to stream onto the TV. A ballet set to a sweeping orchestral suite. Swan Lake. It is a classic. I'm not surprised to find even people in the Far East appreciate it. But I'm not really in the mood for a ballet. I'd prefer something else. Instead of Swan Lake, or yet another Swan Lake.
What?
How can this all be plain Swan Lake? There is nothing else, no other program but Swan Lake. With each switch of the channel, the show creeps closer to its end. Stuttering Prince lowers onto one knee, reaching his arm out to the departing Odette. At this moment, she hears hurried footsteps coming from the corridor, followed by a knock on the door.
Madam.
"Miss Vila, are you there?" "Yes, please come in." "I'm so sorry, Miss Vila."
What's wrong?
"Mr. Name Day, catch a breath. Is it the kids? Did something happen to the kids?"
It's...
"Ah yeah, Name Day. Hold on a minute, I do remember his name being Leonid or something. Did he tell us he was called Name Day? Goodness, it's been a while, I don't remember anything."
The storm.
"Where?" "The storm? What do you mean?"
And August has gone missing.
"What? No, I said if anything happens to August, I swear. No." They did not just leave it there. Oh my goodness. I have so many questions. Let's go. Stage 1, crushed butterflies.
You shouldn't be here.
The humans are near. You won't be able to face them all. Leave while you still can. Samadiva? Last I checked, you were in no position to order me around. No one tells me what to do, especially not you, traitor. Remember this, I only spare you now because of your promise to return to our people. As for that scaleless, whether you've kept it alive for their eternal soul or whatever else, it would better be a corpse next time I see it. What? Did she save August from drowning? Or I will do that for you. The dream fades. Vila opens her eyes, looking up at an unfamiliar ceiling. Where am I? She sits up and looks around, the white and grey diamond patterns on the wall reminding her that this is not the Rayashki. Still in the foundation. There is another second to be spent in bed. She is up with her clothes tidy and neat, ready to leave any minute, even in her sleep. Fine then. A brand new day. The last step in her routine, checking her schedule for what must be done.
Which means...
Message from the HQ. More manpower. List of names. Are you going, Vinchik?
Mm-hmm.
It's not released yet. But I hope to stay here, to be honest. I've barely passed training. What use could I be? You never know in a situation like this. Vila's cheerful footsteps draw near to the chatting staff.
Good morning.
I'd like to ask...
Hmm?
Oh, morning, Miss Vila. May the peace be with us. How can we help you? Miss Tatiana, Mr. Vincent, I was wondering if my application for the utility room has been approved. You were looking to use it during the daytime, yes? Well, you should receive a decision soon, within 7 working days. 7 days? That was not what I was told, sir. They said it would be decided today at the latest, so that we might hold an art class there. The children have been looking forward to it. Could you double-check my application? You can find the date I first submitted in there. Here. Sorry, we're really tied up these days. The process might take more time than expected. The female staff elbows the other and interrupts him. That isn't quite it. You see, there's been a change in procedure. Then might we just use the room first? The kids will help clean, no need for any concern. And we'll be careful with everything there.
I see.
I understand, miss, but it's against the rules. A small figure wades into the scene, breaking the increasing tension of their confrontation. He looks up at them with irrepressible eagerness and warmth. Or at least one of them.
Vila!
Hello, Vila. I found you. Yes, here I am. Hello to you, Comrade August.
Let me see.
8:20.
8:20.
Oh.
You're on time. But what about your friends? Why didn't you come together?
They're with Mr. Nameday. He brought us the biting coin again. Piotr says he wants to have a contest with it. They will bite each other and see who has the sharper teeth. But the kitty on the coin is sleeping. We're waiting for it to wake up first. Oh, they found Sharpadonti? I still don't know if I pronounce this well. And Nameday, as they say, did mention how you pronounce it. I just have forgotten already. I'm sure Piotr will win, so I will not be watching the contest. I will just return for the rewards. A biting coin? So it was Nameday who took the Sharpadonti from the meeting room. They wanted it to wake up anyone that fell asleep during the long meeting, but he must have used the slumber incantation to make it sleep instead.
No!
I'll have to get it back from him.
Excuse me.
let me help. I should take August to find Mr. Nameday. And in the meantime, we'll just have to find another place for our class, one without lengthy approvals. I'll bring the Chapadonti back to you when I can. Will there be no class in the Diamond Caves today? Is it Pason or Pasono? I don't remember. Damn it, why can't I remember? Pason and Nina want to have a class there too. There are so many caves to play hide and seek in.
I'm sorry, child, not today. Maybe later, or after we get back to Rayashki.
It's time to go, August. Say goodbye to the lady and gentleman. Okay. Aw. Bye-bye, Mr. Polar Bear, Mrs. Polar Bear.
Goodbye.
Grabbing at the corner of Vila's shirt, August follows her down the court. I'm gonna die, this is so cute. Gripping his sunflower tightly in his arms. As they move beyond earshot of the chatting staff members, she poses a gentle question.
Kids.
August, why are you out in the hallways all alone? It is best to stay with the other comrades while we're in an unfamiliar place. Do you understand? It's for your safety. But why are you out here, little August? Will you tell me?
Sure. We can.
It is strange to see August hesitate. A dreadful series of imagined dangers pop into her mind. But she leans on her experience, waiting out his answer behind a patient, tender smile.
Vila, you didn't turn into sea foam or even a squeaking line. Does that mean you have an eternal soul?
What?
What is an eternal soul? I think it is something for people with beautiful tales. Something that keeps them up so they won't sleep forever. But Piotr said it was like pretty clothes that never get dirty. Immaculate? That keep you safe. He said his mama tells him about a place where people get them, called the church. But I told him clothes can protect people. Because I saw Evgeny and he was wearing clothes when you turned to a sea swallow. Nameday says you will know the answer, but even if you don't, I think you must have one. That's why you have a pretty tail and you don't turn into sea foam. Vila's eyes widen. She stops and turns to him inquisitively. Turn into sea foam? I understand now. You're thinking about that fairy tale, aren't you? Oh, the Little Mermaid. Yeah, she's told them the story that she turns into sea foam because the prince doesn't choose her when she... Yeah, it's not the Disney version, it's the other version.
I believe so.
You know that story came from the legends of the Rusalka, or perhaps I should say the stories humans told about us.
But
They're only stories, nothing more. She stoops down, looking into Avgust's eyes, searching for a better answer to match his own search. His questions never had conventional answers.
That.
You didn't turn into sea foam?
I believe so.
No, I didn't.
People fold paper into different shapes and give them names. That's just what they do. The eternal soul is very much like that.
Oh, so the idea of eternal soul is something that humans made up? Is that what she's saying? And a little like a paper plane. She tears a page from her notebook and folds it swiftly into a paper plane.
Oh!
A sea swallow. I can fold one of those too. Does that mean I have an eternal soul?
No, that isn't so.
This paper, sea swallow, the shape doesn't really matter, nor does its name. You can call it an eternal soul, a sea swallow, or even a Comrade Patrick's paw. Anything you'd like to call it.
But it doesn't look like a boat. I don't think it would work like a boat either. So it's useless? Even the hole in my hat has its uses. At least it helps me to see my friends.
Okay. And even if it is a sea swallow, it can protect you either.
I believe so.
You're right, little August. No matter what we call it, it's only a folded piece of paper. Once it flies away, it disappears. I can never catch the sea swallows that Persona folds. They fly very, very far. And when they're flying, they're so free, they can be caught by anyone, even on tiptoes. But just because you can catch others doesn't mean you cannot make your own, like your frogs, sunflowers, and polar bears. These things you fold for yourself. They will be there for you, August.
These paper shapes, they aren't really frogs and planes. We just call them that, like we call it an eternal soul. But to name it, that doesn't give us any special protection. No, we have to protect ourselves.
August lowers his head, the slowed wagging of the sunflower reflecting in its own way a measure of his thoughts. Vila holds her hands out to him, not long after the little boy reaches for it as a smile returns to his face. Now, a mission for you, Comrade August. Tell me, where is Mr. Nende?
That.
He's with the others. They're going to see Comrade Blini. We will need to climb the stone stairs first. So we're presented with the concept of an eternal soul for some reason. However, Vila says this is just a name, and it doesn't really make any difference to the person it is addressed to or the thing it is addressed to based on her example with a paper plane. However, I think that perhaps she's hiding something based on that because of what we saw in her dream. Or it isn't exactly like that, she just doesn't want him to think that way and overthink situations and the possibility of having an eternal soul. We'll see. Stage 2, on the shore. With little food to spare, few visit the canteen outside of mealtime. Yet, someone still must set the chairs and tablecloths. This isn't part of their regular schedules. However, with the lecture being planned in the public square, things are a little hectic. And they are happy to help. A leaky boat that could sink any moment. Mumbling to herself, Vila tightens to a tablecloth near the window. Realizing that this is the last one before they finish, she smiles.
Well?
Well done, little comrade. Time for us to get to the square.
A leaky boat. We're sailing on it to the square.
Together with Winsome. So, we finished with our comrade tables and chairs? Do they know Comrade Guns will join them real soon and bring many more friends here? Yes, little August. We will need to say goodbye to Comrade Blini, make sure they've all said it just right, and then we're good to go. Because... She chokes on the word as if a phantom hand wrapped around her neck, stifling her voice. The meaning is clear even before her scales begin shivering. Vila raises her head, eyes darting out beyond the window. Her people have found her.
Vila?
August. Listen, August. You must go gather all your classmates and bring them to Comrade Evgeny. Stay with him. You know where to find him, right?
I do.
Go on now, Comrade August. It is up to you to complete this important mission.
Nearby the docks, there is a place blocked off by discarded containers and machinery, a hidden place in the water known to few besides Vila. A respite in Ryashki's rare warm days, a place where she could stretch out her legs away when the swimming pool proved too crowded to public.
Samadiva.
It's Samadiva, okay. A large wave rises and then splashes onto the shore, accompanied by melodious sound when familiar to her people. Ryashki prides itself on welcoming everyone. This is an uninvited guest. Oh, it's a dude! Vila. Refresh my memory. Do we always start our conversations this way?
You shouldn't be here.
You should not presume to tell me where I can or cannot go, traitor. You've always stayed on the move, Vila. One place to the next, never tied down. Hopping from port to muddy little port, with the greatest of the scaleless cities. To think this would be the place you'd stay. An all dried out shell you were too tired to shed off. Here where the scaleless build their home, scrounging under the land bin for scraps like carrion crabs. How pitiful. That we might be so easily mistaken for them. She'd run as far as she could, but still they found her. They were relentless. Her kin would stop at nothing to eliminate half-bloods, no stone unturned, no place too remote. I wish you could see, Samodiva, this hatred between our peoples. There's no way out this whirlpool until we choose to stop it.
It has blinded you.
That's why you
That's why you can't see what we've been trying to build. What the world could be.
Instead, you see what you want to see. Do you think it matters to me what you see in this crab nest? Tides take it. I'm here for you. You died today. Vila, Miss Vila, my lecture is starting soon. I was hoping you'd do me a favor. Samodiva summoned arrows of razor-sharp water hang in the air, halted by the sudden intrusion. Oops! My files! Vila held in her breath, catches her foe's eyes darting towards the sound, narrowing with enjoyment. His arrows turn into a new direction, and point straight at the source of a voice, Windsong. No! Damn it! Where is it?
No!
Vila didn't know that she could make a sound like that. It was melodious but dark and irritated, the sound of an ancient language one she never mastered. She's warning him. More water arrows took shape, surrounding Samodiva. Don't do this. Blunt as these arrows might seem, they produce a thin red line across his neck. Wait, I want to see what I missed. More water arrows took shape, surrounding Samodiva, these ones distinctly less sharp. Okay. Why can we do... See now I'm gonna get mad. Why couldn't she do that in-game? Why is she a healer when she can do that? She can produce arrows. Where are those arrows in-game? Blue book. What? You can't take her life or the lives of anyone here. Their souls are not for you. These are my people now. Harm them, and you'll spend the rest of your life in regretting it, short though it may be. What? You little... It is time for you to leave, Samodiva. Don't make me tell you twice. She holds her breath. This isn't the first time she's bluffed like this, but the stakes are higher now than they've ever been. She can't afford to give anything away. Silence. Minutes or seconds might have passed between them until Samodiva's arrows fall loosely into the water. Even so, Vila does not let up. Her foe bares his fangs, hissing. Somehow you found a way to become something worse than a traitor. You betray us, refuse to accept trial, escape from justice. Now you're truly seeking this eternal soul. You're so homesick that you'd choose any way to get back, even if that means chasing the myth. You're insane. How could you know that it's a myth? Even if it were real, it would not be half-blood like you that would find it. Go ahead, drown all the scaleless here, have them sign their souls away to the abyss, just see if that is enough. But you're never going to find it. You will never reach Atlantis.
You know, I'm always open to trying new things.
Then maybe you should start with the one calling your name. Vila tries to call out to Windsong, waving her away, but the ley lines researcher walks clumsily towards her and heated.
Miss Vila!
What are you doing all the way out here? I've just been working on my lecture. It's mostly a rehashing of my previous work. But anyways, I thought I could use your help. It might be a little too long now.
Mm-hmm.
Miss Vila? The researcher seems unaware of the battle that nearly transpired there. The sea behind them is quiet and still. Better be a corpse next time. Or... Though she hasn't dropped her guard, she somehow misses the moment that Samodiva leaves. His voice lingers in the falling of the waves. Oh, if you have another suggestions, we can... No. Sorry. I was preoccupied with something. We can work out your lecture on the way back. Come on. Everyone should be waiting at the square.
Yes, that's right.
Oh, of course, of course. So, in order to make it easier for listeners, I divided the lectures into 4 parts. I'm not so worried about my summary, and the theory part should be clear, but the introduction... The 2 of them walk side by side to the town square, leaving the tides to wash over the shore. That was a lot of information. I didn't understand anything, I'm not going to lie. I've told you I'm slow. I don't know. I just understood one thing, and that is that Vila actually believes in eternal souls and she's looking for one. Now, why she's looking for one? Probably to get to Atlantis, from what this dude said. I have no idea. I was confused. I thought that the eternal soul that was mentioned in the beginning in her dream was Avgust, but it somehow seems to be Windsong now. Like, what she saw in her dream wasn't about Avgust, but about Windsong in that moment that Samodiva came out and threatened her. Also, Vila said that her kin doesn't leave Hafrusalki live. Like, you have to be pure blood, otherwise you're not supposed to be alive. But then this guy comes out and explains that there's a whole lot than just her being a half-breed that makes him want to take her to justice. Okay, apart from treason, that he probably sees her leaving her people and going to live with humans, there's also something else she tried to do that has to do with Atlantis, whatever that is. I know what Atlantis is, like the stories and all, but I don't know in this context, in reverse, what it is supposed to be and portray. But yeah, we'll see about that. But it seems to be more than her being a half-breed. I don't know why she says that her people actually kill half-breeds. The dude has way more to accuse her of than just being a half-breed, it appears. Stage 3, kitchen conversations.
Give me a minute.
Let me go over your requests. You need a space for your most energetic kids to play.
I believe so.
Yes, indoor or outdoor is fine, but a place with some sunshine would be best. A little sunshine is good for everyone, you know. And we'll need a lot of paper. Blank paper is ideal, but waste paper is also welcome. They can use it for drawing or make paper planes.
Yes.
Sunny open space and paper. The paper should be simple, but as for the location, I suppose you'll say a spare office isn't good enough. So, what about here? As they converse, Nameday moves them from the Foundation's canteen and into the front hall. The children follow him like a waddling line of ducklings. Vila can't help but think he might almost be mistaken for a teacher. Well, here... Well, it certainly has light and space.
But...
This is the front hall. Won't it be too busy? Yes, it will get busy sometimes with everyone passing through.
Mr. Nameday!
Please do it again, please. Show us the arcane skill that turns paper planes into birds. You promised. Another interrupts him before Nameday answers.
Stop yelling, he won't do it. That sofa he conjured from the door yesterday only lasted a few minutes.
Enough and of it. It's a dumb power. But can you turn a paper plane into a bird? I didn't think so. So, Mr. Nameday is still better than you. Their spirited debate soon turns into a rolling battle. Thankfully, the many people passing by are too busy to pay it any mind and give them a wide berth. What is it exactly that your arcane skill does, Mr. Nameday?
Well, I can transform garbage into useful items simply by naming them.
Oh, that's why he's called Nameday. But why day? Say Name Master or something. I admit it's not a very practical skill, but kids usually enjoy it. Alright, stop yelling. I'll show you whatever you want. Mr. Raccoon, I would like to see the sea swallow too. I think we should stop Piotr and Pasona first. Why aren't they just singing? The boys' duet soon becomes a chorus as the others are pulled in, and their would-be teacher tries in vain to bring them back to harmony. My apologies, Miss Vila. I really can handle this.
It will be fine.
Let me guess, you're the youngest of your family? You can always tell. You might as well be a kid yourself.
Hey, gentlemen. You went a bit too far.
She raises her tone as she continues, but it remains calm, a reminder, not a warning. A practiced tone that the fighters instantly recognize, bringing their battle to a swift end. My lovely little comrades, you know that you are always free to express your opinions, but we must be peaceful, no? No shouting, no fighting. Remember, children, we're here representing the town. We don't want people to think guests from Rayashki are rude, do we? Now, if you can all behave as good guests, perhaps Comrade Vila will find us some alienka to share. Because good children should be rewarded. I'm sorry, Miss Vila, Mr. Nameday. Sorry, Mr. Nameday. I shouldn't have yelled at you.
It's okay.
It's fine. No need to. All right, Mr. Nameday has accepted your apologies. Now it's time to give each other a hug. The boys rush to each other, arms wide, their frowns turn to smiles, face to face, hair tangled, they look fluffy and warm. And after releasing each other, Pasona turns back to Vila timidly. We hug now, so can we have alienka too, Miss Vila? Vila knew the question before he even spoke and answers with an encouraging smile.
Don't worry, child. There will always be Alenka for you, no matter what.
Now, this is better. A little sunshine and far fewer people. A flat area with no obstacles, perfect for the children to run around. Well stocked with paper and paint. A place like this should be just perfect. You almost sound like a TV salesperson.
Excuse me.
Sorry, but what do you mean by a salesperson? I only meant the way you described it, like someone from a commercial. I forget you don't watch much TV in Ryashki. Never mind. As you said, it should be a perfect place, and I've seen to it that you won't need any paperwork to use it.
I believe so.
Wonderful. I'm sure the kids are eager and have a place to themselves. Shall we let them play then? Actually, I have some questions for you.
Okay.
Go ahead. The adults walk to the other side of the hall, but Vila maintains a watchful eye on the kids. Nameday speaks first, catching her before she can turn her eyes to him. In fact, I had one for you as well, though I know I've already asked many times.
Madam.
Is there any way we might persuade you to join the Foundation and stay here, Miss Vila?
You said that you settled down in Ryashki because it took you in unconditionally. That it was so full of hope that it became the symbol of a new world to you.
A new world where all races and ideas can coexist.
I believe so.
That is how I see Ryashki, how I will always see it. But each time I say it, I cannot help but add.
Well, of course it may fail and end up a ruin, but at least we've tried.
Yes.
Perhaps then you see what I'm thinking, Miss Vila. We share the same goal. Ryashki, the Foundation, you and I. My dude, do not liken Ryashki to your stupid Foundation, I swear. There is no acceptance here, you just happen to be lucky. Ask everybody else. We also strive for peace and harmony. Look at our slogan, may the peace be with us. Yeah, we saw it. How you sacrificed children who disobeyed and all. And should you agree, then your students could join the SPDM, the School for the Foundation. We've determined that they are all talented arcanists, especially Avgust. Also, they are arcanists. Okay. So, in case you haven't watched the main story, I was surprised that they had taken all the kids to the Foundation for training, supposedly. But in this part, particularly, it looks like they are not actually being taught anything yet in the stage. And anyway, yeah, my point was that I was surprised they were in the Foundation because I thought that only Avgust is an arcanist. But in that moment, I was like, oh, so is everybody an arcanist? But then I rethought about it and I was like, well, humans can use arcane skills if they have a wand. I mean, Ezra uses it that way. Schneider also had her gun. Like, there are ways for humans to use arcane skills, but as it appears, they're actually all arcanists. I'm surprised. Oh, but please understand, it isn't that we're expecting anything from him. It's just sincere admiration. I understand entirely. Don't worry so much over words. You have your job to do, right?
For a brighter future. For the children. In these cases, what you said was correct. They did mean something. But adults think in their adult ways, disguising their plans by saying it is for the children. Then they make decisions for them without even asking.
Thank you. That's what the Foundation does many times, and that's what parents do a lot in real life. She's very right. I choose not to be such an adult.
Madam.
After the first time you brought up the SPDM, I made it a point to talk to each of them and give them a clear and fair argument for it. But they all want to go home. Back to Rayashki. As do I. I question, though, why you feel you've decided to pursue recruiting us individually. Wouldn't it be more beneficial to build a long-term partnership with all of Rayashki? Well, not all of Rayashki are arcanists, my girl, first of all, and not all of them are talented. Vila seizes on the pause with a smile, turning the questions back to him, on him. And on the subject of cooperation, I have another question. Nameday breathes out, relaxing from his bracing stance.
Please go on.
I have taken notice that the turnover rate in this branch is quite high. I assume, with so many coming and going, you must be getting a steady stream of information as well. To that end, I ask that you might share some information about the Rayashki with me, and the most important of which...
When will we be able to go home?
So, it was first the kids that went to the Foundation, as we saw in the main story, and then Vila was called to join them. But now, for some reason, they don't let them leave. Which isn't surprising to me because the Foundation has taken many orphans, for example, in, or many other children without their will, so I can see how they will do that, but they also have an adult here, like you can't force somebody to stay there, I don't know. So many questions, no answers. Let's move on. Stage 4, letters and sent. The sudden silence puzzles Vila. A question as simple as this should not render a talkative young man mute. She tilts her head, timing to restart the topic. Mr. Nameday? Oh, my apologies. I was only thinking how might best put it into words. Please, like I said before, don't worry over words. I appreciate your concern, but I'm not made of glass. I've put my trust in you, and this hesitance to speak, it makes me worry. Oh, Miss Vila, I didn't mean at all to...
Mr. Nameday.
Then tell me, Mr. Nameday. I will be needing an answer. This young man stands slightly taller than her, so Vila slightly raises her head, hoping to catch his eyes. Nameday flinches, eyes running from her glance, the two things he has little way of managing, kids and the stare of an honest person. As you wish. It seems you are picked up on our high turnover rate, but let me be clear, it is an attrition rate. We simply don't have enough manpower to escort you back to Rayashki safely. In fact, I might well be in the field too, if I hadn't been selected to host you and the children. Attrition? What do you mean? Has something happened? Sorry, there's little I'm at liberty to say, but it isn't anything to worry about. Still, as you're concerned, I'll see if there are any field missions in the area. If we're lucky, my colleagues may be able to bring back some news. That is a good start. But then, what is going on in Rayashki exactly? I admit I don't know any more than you do, but if the radio is anything to go by, tourism in Rayashki is still in full swing. I heard administration was even considering adding it to our list of annual retreat destinations. So, it must not be so bad. What about the mines? The port, is it still under construction? Has Zeno left us alone? Well, they didn't mention any of that on the radio. Vila's blue eyes sparkle, reflecting a sea of thoughts and questions. So if we can go back for now, is it still possible to write home?
That's right.
Oh, how silly of me to not think of it. I will write home and ask their opinion for the cooperation between the Rayashki and the Foundation. Oh, I should get on this right away. Vila has always been known for direct and bold action, and for very good reason.
Madam,
What?
Aside from any questions of whether we can deliver anything, there is no need to rush. The kids are here, and I'd rather you not leave with just me to watch them. Not that I'm saying you can't go, but I worry I won't be able to manage them alone. I thought he was going to say something like, actually, it's not just you we can take back to Rayashki. We can't take nothing to Rayashki. But his problem is that he doesn't want to be left alone with the kids. I feel him. Oh, of course. I forgot that you're short-handed now. But is there really no one at all you can spare? Not even just to deliver some mail?
of course we have mail delivery. I'm just trying to say you don't have to be in such a hurry. We can send your letters at any time.
Yeah, but... Okay, yeah.
So, why not enjoy the sun for now?
I don't like how you guys want her to take her time. If you insist, it is a lovely day. Fine then, if we have some more time, I should be able to think of some more questions. After sending the children back to the temporary dormitory, Vila says goodbye to Nameday and returns to her room with a stack of blank paper. She spreads out the papers on the desk, recalling all the questions in her mind from the afternoon. Every word she writes is marked by a spark of warmth and a pang of her ever-growing homesickness. To Lazarev.
Dear comrades,
No matter who is reading this before you start, please find yourself a comfortable chair. Take my words seriously, not just a quick skim. Yes, even you, Knut. Because what I'm about to tell you is of utmost importance to all of us. Mr. Namedate, please give us letters to... Now, before I get to the topic, I must first apologize for losing contact. I hope most sincerely that by the time you get this letter, we will already be on our way home. These are today's letters. Please make sure they arrive. There are too many questions, and I'm not good at prioritizing, but I've heard others say that one must go with the flow. Our cooperation with the Foundation has encountered some matter of force majeure and has been paused temporarily. This letter aims to gaining more details from you, our frontline workers. Forgive me if I ask too many questions, but they involve every aspect of our livelihoods and Rayashki's survival, including many I should have asked much earlier. Here you are. These are a few more letters, thank you. What's the progress on the repairs of the pier and the dockyard? Have we established any diplomatic relations with neighboring cities? Is the rebuilding and maintenance of the house has been finished according to schedule? As autumn is near, have we prepared enough waterproof materials to keep the roofs in good order? And do we have enough fuel to keep things heated in the winter? I would suspect and hope that as we ramp up our coal production, none of these will be a problem.
looking forward to your reply. Warm regards, your most loyal friend, Vila. Mr. Nameday.
Phew. All right. With that, today's letters are done. Vila folds each other and slips them into their envelopes. As she reaches for the last one, she realizes she has used every last page from the stack. She stares, half shocked, at the mound of thick envelopes before her. I didn't realize I had so much to say.
I'm afraid I'll have to cut down the pine tree in the garden for more paper if you keep writing this way.
Are those letters to Miss Winsong finished? I see you've already signed them, so I would suspect they are, yes? Actually, not yet. I'm not sure if she'd like to return to Rayashki. And I worry it might be too forward to ask her directly. I'm still choosing my words. Winsong is that ley lines researcher, right? I heard her presentation HQ was a success. If so, maybe you might start by giving your congratulations. Then you might ask her how she's doing these days or something like that. His suggestions provoke no reaction from Vila as Nameday gradually softens his voice. Sorry, I don't write very often. Maybe my suggestion isn't helpful. Maybe this is useless advice. Or maybe I'm like a blind squirrel.
Anyway.
Feel free to forget I said anything. No, actually, that was a good suggestion. The blind squirrel found the nut, Mr. Nameday. That was very helpful indeed. If you don't mind, please, I'll finish these and you can send them all together. Take your time. I'll be sitting here waiting, killing time. Now I'll do some carvings with my knife. Killing time.
I don't know why I'm doing this.
The mountain of letters in front of him has grown to a daunting size. At least there's one letter I can send. The rest are not so lucky. There is no one to receive them, not even to mark return to sender, all those words without anyone to read them. Get really? I don't know why I thought this wasn't going to happen. So the kids were brought to the foundation, supposedly for training, when in fact it was a foundation again trying to save those that are quote-unquote most worthy to them. They could take everyone, but no, this is too many people. We will take only what matters to us and just leave the rest to die. Tell her the truth. This is stupid. Man, I went through 19 parts of this bullshit to save a town and you're taking it by the storm? Like, questions that will never be answered. A powerless, futile anxiety burns inside him. Just tell him the truth. Tell her the truth. Finally, he takes the letter from the top of the mountain and leaves with a tender sigh. I was thinking of Avgus, that's why I said him. A letter to an old friend. Windsong. So yeah, Windsong is the only one alive. She can receive her own letter, but everyone else can. I mean, he did mention the storm, but it didn't register for me that's what happened. Anyway, stage 5 as she ponders. This sunny corridor, tucked away from the bustle of the office, now serves as a classroom where Vila holds classes for the children. Art, physical education, and the Foundation's general education courses.
Children!
Alright, children. Please repeat the rules one by one, starting with our comrades at the front. Comrade Piotr. First, no running, no horseplay. Second, don't climb out of the window. A rule made very specially for you, Comrade Passano. Next, Comrade Nina. Third, always raise your hand to ask questions.
I believe so.
Exactly. Comrade Avgust? Do not wander away without your comrades. Don't look for Vila on your own.
I believe so.
That's right, Comrade Avgust. Going out all alone is dangerous, even in a safe place like the Foundation. There is no place that is perfectly safe, and no place stays safe forever. Besides, I'll always be here with you, so why would be looking for me?
Vila?
Did you stop writing, Vila?
Besides,
Mr. Raccoon isn't here today. Mr. Nameday has his own work to do, so do we. And our work today is to play chess, fold sea swallows, read books, and explore our own interests. Dismissed. Like a rocket, at a word the kids launch upwards, bouncing against the walls until only two remain. Avgust stands beside Nina, looking at her. The little girl wears a worried face. Vila brings herself to them.
What's wrong?
Nina?
Miss Vila, when are we going back to Rayashki? I asked Mr. Nameday the same question, and he said soon. But how soon is soon?
I hate when people do this. Like, if you've lost something, it'd be better to deal with it now than be led to do it after days. Like, personally, if I had lost a person, my home or whatnot, and I found out days or months later, it wouldn't sit well with me. I would have preferred to know it when it happened so that I can rage and grieve in that moment. Because I would feel like I hadn't grieved it on time, I guess. But this is just me. I'm just saying. I know they're young and they should know, but I don't know. I happened to lose someone from my family at a young age, and people were not going to tell me, but I overheard it. I overheard somebody talk about it on the phone, and let me tell you, I went inside a room, I burst into tears, I got over it, and went back on with my life. Like, it's one of the deaths that I guess it didn't hit me as much as when I was an adult, so I guess that I'm guessing, I'm not sure again, because it's really different when you hear, for example, in her case, probably her immediate parents dying and some other relative, like for example, a grandfather or an aunt or whatnot. I generally feel that deaths were harder for me as an adult than they were when I was a kid. So yeah, that's why I think they should tell not only Vila but also the kids, and that with time it'd be easier for a kid to get over it, I guess. If you can get over it, because you know some deaths are so crushing that you just never get over them. You just learn to live with the fact that you'll never see that person again. I don't know, it's a complicated thing, but yeah.
Soon means tomorrow.
No.
Mom always said soon. It won't be long. Everything will be fine when you wake up tomorrow.
Brother, oh my god.
So, I think they have the same meaning. Why?
But it's already tomorrow. It's been a lot of tomorrows and we're still here.
I don't understand.
And time is mama. I think soon means that we will go home. That is for certain. And we could be on our way there at any moment. But when will that be? I'm sorry, Nina. I shouldn't have said that.
Honesty is important. So, honestly, I don't know.
Vila is like me, straightforward. What I know, I will tell you. What I don't know, I will tell you I don't know. But I'm sure that we will return home once it is safe. Mr. Nameday has been helping us with just that. Though he shouldn't have to do this for us. Mr. Akun keeps going in and out. He left through the front hall, but he brings fewer things back every time.
Miss Vila, this is...
I'm sorry guys, I didn't expect him to say more than the actual text. Avgust always says it's a sea swallow, but I say this is a paper plane. It's not as powerful as a real fighter jet, but I made it with our last piece of paper.
Rare things are always more valuable, like canned meat and sausages.
Suddenly, the paper plane in Vila's hand becomes heavier than the real jet.
I'm sure you'll be able to take us home with this.
It is folded paper or military-grade steel, she can tell. And nothing seems to fit as an answer. Thank you, Pasona. This is indeed a well-made plane.
This is a sea swallow, an eternal soul. It will fly far enough to reach the town.
Can it take us all back too? I miss everyone. I miss Ryashki. We will go home. Yay! I've practiced my paper folding, so I can make real good stuff now. I want to make one for Uncle Knut too. But we're running out of the paper Mr. Nameday brought us.
Vila.
Pasono says we're running out of eternal souls. Could we give him other things that are like an eternal soul? Something he can fold into more sea swallows and other things.
Okay.
I'll see what
I can do.
Why do you call paper eternal souls? Souls are for people, not paper. I once read a story about a Rusalka princess to my sister. The princess traded her fishtail and a voice for a pair of legs, but she didn't get what she wanted and turned into foam. I don't like that story. The princess is like Ivan the Fool. She doesn't make sense. Vila is not Ivan the Fool.
I'm not referring to Miss Vila. She's not a princess. Besides, the book says Rusalki will eventually turn into foam because they don't have an eternal soul. That's not Miss Vila's case. She must have one.
No, paper is the name we give souls. Vila told me. Amused by their discussion, Vila decides it's best not to intervene. Piotr, though, is anxious. As the oldest boy, he feels he must break up any fights to keep everyone in line. Vila gently taps him on the shoulder to reassure him. The sound of the telegraph and typewriter harmonizes, echoing in this little room. Wearing headphones, Nameday is listening to the telegram and transcribing it through the typewriter. I wish to hold your hand tightly. Why is it in reversed order? Your most loyal yet worst friend, Windsong. Familiar footsteps approach, followed by a knock. Nameday concentrates fully on the incoming telegram, having no idea of the coming intrusion. Therefore, it may be best to give up the idea of returning to Rayashki.
Mr. Nameday.
Are you in there? That is all I can say for now. But I believe you're strong enough to face the truth and won't rush into reckless decisions. This should be the place. Maybe you're still not aware of the full extent of it. This is where he stores all his collections. That sound, is that a typewriter? Shoot. It's Miss Vila. He suddenly screams, realizing it's too late to hide either the letter or the telegraph. No, she must not see. Mr. Nameday, I heard your voice. Sorry to bother you now, but I really need to know. When can we... It won't be the town you remember, or the utopia we tried to build. Go back to Rayashki? The storm has... So he tried to intervene, but this is what I'm thinking happened. That the Foundation, because, you know, they can estimate when the next storm is coming, knew that was going to come to Rayashki, and they took away the kids and Vila. I don't think Zeno had anything to do with this, because if Zeno was willing to use the town as a port for itself, and in case the people didn't want to go with them, they didn't know a storm was coming, because what's the point of giving money, of investing money to make a port and a base at a place that's going to be reversed anyway, you know?